Weather-wise today, we've been talking about a few storms on the 9-day, and yesterday was storm number 1, and a lot of us didn't really notice it because it didn't impact most of the state, but we had a little bit of rain showing up in southern Oklahoma. Well, now we're looking at storm number 2 and storm number 3. Storm number 2 actually arrives tomorrow, and then storm number 3 arrives on Monday. Now, storm number 2 for Oklahoma City and most of the metro, it will just be a plain rain, but parts of the state will see some snow. Some of us could actually see a little bit of ice. Now, as we get into Monday, I think during the day it's going to be a rain event, but as we get into Monday night, that will eventually transition over to areas of snow even for Oklahoma City. At least that's what it looks like at this point. This is our Regency camera for our Lucky Star Skycam network. Sunny skies, just a little chilly. We're at 45 degrees. The wind out of the north-northwest at 8 miles an hour, making it feel more like 41. Low to mid-40s across the north, but we do have some upper 40s and low 50s already showing up across parts of southern Oklahoma. And again, that wind generally, it's pretty much out of the northwest, anywhere between 5 to 10 miles an hour, and it's going to stay pretty light as we go throughout the afternoon. So storm number 1, that continues to move farther along to the east coast. And now we've got storm number 2 on the west coast, and we have travelers advisories and winter storm warnings out ahead of that storm over New Mexico. And eventually I expect at least some travelers advisories at parts of northern Oklahoma and the Panhandle. So today, we're really not going to notice a whole lot of difference. It's going to be beautiful. No changes, but the cloud cover will start to arrive as we get into tomorrow morning. Now, as far as precipitation, I think in the afternoon, we will get some snow in the Panhandle, but most of us, at least the main body of the state, won't see anything until later on in the evening. And we're talking about western and southwest Oklahoma. And during that time, it's just going to be a plain rain. But as we get into tomorrow night, now the rain moves into Oklahoma City and much of central Oklahoma, while the snow and the winter mix is going to expand into the far northwest, eventually making its way across the state. So lots of northern Oklahoma will see at least a mix, eventually transitioning over to snow, while eastern Oklahoma actually has a pretty decent chance of seeing light ice. And it doesn't matter how much ice you get, even if it is very light, it's going to cause a lot of issues. So we're going to be watching that very closely. In Oklahoma City, I think we still see some rain, but some of the latest data trying to bring that snow line a little farther south. Right now, it looks like even Guthrie could get a little bit of light snow. It probably wouldn't last very long. Later in the afternoon, we are expecting more showers to be around. I think for Oklahoma City, that stays rain, but we are still looking at some snow possible just to the north. Today, though, highs in the upper 40s in Oklahoma City, mid-40s in Ponca City, about 52 in Lawton, 54 later today in Ardmore. Overnight tonight, I think we're going to stay clear. It's going to be cold again. We're going to be dropping down into the upper 20s in Oklahoma City, 31 in Ponca City, 29 in Alva, 31 in Woodward, about 30 tomorrow morning in Clinton. Tomorrow afternoon, upper 40s, but mid-40s across the north, upper 40s, low 50s in the southwest, and low 50s across the southeast. So again, tomorrow afternoon, the snow's going to start in the Panhandle, but by tomorrow evening, now we're going to be watching western Oklahoma. I think western, southwestern Oklahoma, we do see some rain, but eventually by late tomorrow evening, some of the snow in the Panhandle will start to make its way into the far northwest. Tomorrow night into Friday morning, still looks like a cold rain for Oklahoma City, but the farther north and west you go, we will see a little bit more of a mix, eventually transitioning over to all snow, while again, eastern Oklahoma looking at that possibility of areas of freezing rain. Now, as we get into Friday afternoon and evening, it still looks warm enough, well above freezing, that everything should be in central and southern Oklahoma, a plain rain, but we're still going to have to watch that winter mix across the north. Of course, Storm Tracker is going to be all over that as we get into tomorrow night and especially Friday morning. Now, Friday afternoon, we should be warming up into the mid-40s, but we're going to try to make it into the mid and upper 30s where it is expected to snow to the north, but looking at the 40s and 50s across the south. So how much snow are we looking at? Well, this could change a little bit, but as of right now, just a little bit just to the north. We're talking about a trace where you see the gray, but northwest Oklahoma, we could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. The western Panhandle, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches. As far as rain amounts are concerned, a decent rain, but maybe a 1/4 of an inch in central and eastern Oklahoma, higher amounts of up to a 1/2 of an inch out to the west. Ice amounts, glaze, but again, it doesn't take much to cause a lot of problems. So traveling could be a little bit of an issue on the periphery of Oklahoma, but northwest Oklahoma, where we are expecting snow-covered roads, that's going to be even more of an issue. This weekend, though, we do dry out until the next storm moves in on Monday. We'll be right back.